Recently, I got FTE PPO offer from Microsoft. A very good offer from. I should not say the company name. It's known for its search engine. Like support engineer role is completely bound to Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. And like with respect to money, like you can earn same as software developer.
Yeah, and for this role also means it requires less of an coding practice.
Right. I would say no coding. Like if you go, one would be the Amazon. Amazon visited our campus for the same role, but the job description varies from Microsoft, right? And Google also visited for Google IT support. It's very famous role out there in the industry.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. So in this video we have Degej Jagan, aka also called as a DJ, and he would be sharing a few of his experience about Microsoft and a lot more information. So watch the video till end. Hi Devi Jagan.
Hello everyone. So as you know, I'm Devi Jagannath. So let me introduce myself. So I'm currently pursuing my 4th year in VITAP University. So my branch is CSE with specialization in networking and security.
Yeah.
So recently I have completed my internship in Microsoft. Recently I got FTE PPO offer from Microsoft as a Azure security engineer, and I'm joining the company in September 2nd.
Okay.
And talking about my hobbies, I love to cook and I love to engage with NGOs to donate some stuff to people.
Okay.
And yeah, it's with me.
Yeah, amazing. And first of all, what are your opinions about CSE with network and security? Means will in the future it has a great career scope opportunity, or what do you think that this branch is one of the best, or it is an average, or what do you think?
Okay, very good question to start with.
Yeah.
So CSE with networks and security. So like if you are interested in cybersecurity or information security related domain, or like if you want to pursue your career out of it, it's perfect fit for you, CSE with networking and security. So in that, you learn lot about, like I would say, introduction stuff about information security, how to secure networks and how to hack into networks.
Yeah.
And like how to secure networks, and you'll also learn non-technical side of information security, also how to draft a policy, how to follow a policy, how to be secure in digital life. It's very important, right?
Yeah.
So you'll learn about like I would say pretty much introductory stuff in VITAP University, but it will super helpful while you're dealing with cybersecurity related interview in your placement process. So personally, my role in Azure security, like after the internship, you'll get you have to face another 2 more manager kind of interview. So in that, they may ask some questions related to information security. So this course in VIT University helped me a lot to crack that interview. So yeah. So generally, like if you're interested in networking and security, I would say like I'll domain it. If you're interested in this information security, in future there are a lot more opportunities, because AI, ML may not do everything, may not do every administrative task that human can do. Like networking security is evergreen domain. Like if you're interested, please get into it and you'll definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, and it has also means a lot more career opportunities, and there have been various kind of roles in network also. So you can explore your domain, and whatever interest you have, you can pursue according to it. So means from childhood, you was much passionate about networking, or means how you developed your interest?
So it all started with my 10th class. It's 2016, I guess. Don't calculate my age.
Yeah.
So at that time there was a website called Ghost Rider. You might know that. It's kind of, it will generate phishing pages to play with your friends or colleagues. So like what exactly the website do is, like if you give some parameters, it will create a link. So if you just WhatsApp the link or email the link to your friends, boom, everything is gone. The credentials, it runs some kind of JavaScript in background. It will steal the saved passwords and browser history.
Yeah.
So at that time, it was very famous. At that time, Facebook is booming. Facebook is very famous. Instagram is booming. So Facebook doesn't have any filter to stop these kind of attacks at that time. So that interested me to learn about cybersecurity. Like I was thinking that like this much of distraction is happening in social media and digital
Hmm.
media. So
Hmm.
like someone has to stop this, right? So I that motivated me to pursue my career in cybersecurity, and yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and means how did you means you came to know that in this university there has been a courses, so you decided to take upon it, and why you didn't went to means some machine learning side or data side or software developer side?
So honestly speaking, before getting into VIT University, VIT AP University, I don't know that there is a dedicated course to deal with networking and security. So
Hmm.
it was my counseling day. I
Hmm.
was just my rank is 12K VT exam.
Hmm.
I was targeting Vellore ka CSC seat as usual,
Yeah.
but at 11K, like Vellore CSC seats are full. But
Yeah.
I was, as you know, right? Like I'm interested in CSC and cybersecurity related
Hmm.
stuff. So I targeted to AP because I'm from Vizag, AP.
Yeah. So it's
So
in here too.
yeah, like I've seen the all the courses available, like CSC core, CSC with AI, CSC with data analytics, CSC with networking and security.
Hmm.
And by seeing that, it fascinated me. Like it attracted me literally. So without any thought, I applied. I have given my form. Like
Hmm.
at that time, we have to fill a physical form. Now it's everything online.
Yeah.
So I submitted that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then now moving towards your placement side, or we can say that about your internship side. So, how did you came and means thought about preparing for and this cybersecurity role?
So initially, to be frank, like you have seen the statistics, I would say. So in that, like most of the companies visited VIT for uh, software developer or coding related role. So
Hmm.
initially, I was preparing mentally prepared that I have to work as software developer initially, and after that, I have to shift to any other role.
Hmm.
So I applied many coding roles like in Google, Apple, Bajaj, etc. But nothing turned up. Like at last, I found this role in Microsoft, technical engineer. So this is like after reading the job description, I feel that this is perfect fit for me,
Yeah.
and I have applied and I have cracked. Yeah. So talking about my preparation, I have prepared entirely to crack the coding questions and to be able to answer the coding questions and lead code. I guess you know that platform. And I have cracked this cybersecurity or general networking interview because of my courses. Like I have done computer networks,
Hmm.
cybersecurity, and advanced cybersecurity, etc.
Hmm.
So with that knowledge, I'm able to crack that my interview, Microsoft interview. Yeah. Nothing related to coding has been asked at that time, but some people have mentioned that like they are very good at Java and Python. So
Hmm.
those people got questions from those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, means it depends that whatever the skills you have mentioned in your resume, like that way, few of an questions can be come up in your interview also. Yeah. Yeah, and means you got this an opportunity from an on-campus or off-campus did you try?
So this is on-campus, pure on-campus placement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Microsoft visits VITAP for two times. One is for software developer role, and one is for this engineer role, technical support engineer role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so means does means a technical support role engineer is there in each and every company or means it's just specific to Microsoft or only few limited companies?
So there are a few, like one would be the Amazon. Amazon visited our campus for the same role, but
Hmm.
the job description varies from Microsoft, right? And Google also visited for Google IT support. It's very famous role
Hmm.
out there in the industry. And other companies also visited for non-technical roles, like business perspective roles, like business
Hmm.
analyst or operation analyst. Like these are completely non-technical roles,
Hmm.
and like support engineer role is completely bound to Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. Like
Yeah.
with respect to our campus.
Hmm. Yeah, and means technical support role engineer is an easy or a software developer role is easy. What do you
Okay.
think?
So, like, if you are a coding person, like, if you love to code in Java, Python,
Hmm.
whatever language you love, like,
Hmm.
then like you must go to software engineer role. Like this Azure security or developing engineer role, like support engineer role, is for people who want to troubleshoot the issue or love to communicate with people or network with people, enjoy solving the problems, real time problems in the industry. So then you must come to this role. You'll definitely enjoy it. The culture, the networking, and the job description. I should not share with you. It's NDA, but if you read that, you'll definitely realize that the depth and the scope in the role. You can earn, like with respect to money, like you can earn same as software developer after 2 or 3 years. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but means initially there must be a little low in a TSE
Right.
as a but as means you get an experience, then your also be package would be same.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even you can earn more if you master your TSE
Skills.
role. Yeah.
Yeah, means you should be having a relevant skill, and you must be constantly learning new of any things, then you can easily.
Like it's a good word, like nice way to put it out. Like if you explore constantly in your domain or in your job role, definitely you'll get high pay and you'll get high knowledge. Like if you shift the company or shift the role, you'll get more than 50 LP or 40 LP.
Yeah, means just increasing.
Yeah.
Okay. And one means how he can prepare, he or she can prepare for this technical support engineer role.
So it's very simple. So whatever you put in your resume, like resume matters a lot. So whatever you put in your resume, like you have to very confident about it. Not overconfident, I would say confident. Like let's say I have given ethical hacking as my skill under my skills section.
Yeah.
So the interviewer may ask like, what is the difference between router and hub? Like you have to answer that. Like it's very basic, right? So don't ever lie in your resume. Like whatever you put in your resume, be confident about it and be frankful about it. That's it.
Yeah, and does means any specific projects are required for this role or?
Yeah, project plays major role. Like if you're dealing with technical interviews or manager or HR, project definitely plays a major role because it will project yourself as your team player, and also it will give a clear picture of what technologies you can work on. So in technical interview perspective, like it can say about your creative level and innovation level, and also your technical background. With respect to manager round, it will give your team management skills and leadership skills. So those are very important to our role. And yeah, in HR also, like she might ask that like about your projects to dig you in HR round. Yeah, project plays major role. So if you want any suggestion, work on trending technologies like containerization or cloud computing or AI. If you're interested, work on AI, or like don't just copy paste the code from internet and put in your resume, but work from scratch. If you have any doubt, go to your professor or your fellow classmate and clear it out and work on it. So that will definitely help you.
Yeah, and means for these projects, it should be most relevant just to networking side, or it can be any type.
So there are two perspectives again. If you're want to crack a coding role interview, then you must do projects in Java, Python. Don't do projects in old technologies like PHP.
Yeah.
Kind of. Don't put your HTML, CSS projects in your resume. So, like if you want to crack a coding interview, like do in latest coding technologies projects. And if you want to crack non-technical or kind of networking and OS related role, do networking related projects like CyberTwin or any tool, like develop a tool that can might be sniff the packets in the network or capture the packets, anything. Like you can just Google the project names and you'll get a lot more and inspire them. Don't just copy paste, inspire them. And please, you can go ahead.
Yeah, means for means this role means it requires just less time for preparation.
No, it requires 4 years of your preparation. Like 4 years.
Yeah, means but if someone wanted to prepare from third year, then what your suggestion would be there?
So whatever you learn, like there is a famous saying, right? Don't know it all, just learn it all. Like don't know the technology's names and how it works, but learn the stuff and how it works and how, like you have to literally play with that, like broke something and try to fix something.
Yeah.
So like you have to explore and research in that. Like let's say like in third year there would be one subject called network programming.
Yeah.
So when you program in Java, like you'll deal with URL, URIs, etc. So when you're coding, just don't copy paste the code. Dig into it. Like why you are using URL here? Why not anything else? Like just research about it. Try to make alternative codes in that, or alternative. Try to mix alternative technologies in that, so that you can explore and you can make new stuff out of that. So that will definitely help you cracking this interview. And for this role, there should not be any dedicated preparation. Like whatever you learn in your BTech life, learn it at most and research it at most. It will works. It works.
Yeah, and for this role also means it requires less of an coding practice.
Right. I would say no coding. Like if you give a problem to reverse an array, definitely I'll make 14 to 15 mistakes at the first time. Yeah. Coding knowledge is not required at all.
Yeah, means we can say that just a basic of an programming.
Basic, yeah. Like obviously, if you complete 3 years in your BTech, definitely you'll have some basic knowledge on Java and programming stuff, right? That will.
Yeah, and when we just compare with an SD role, for SD role means we need to prepare all the algorithms and we need to practice more and more question. But for TSE role, you doesn't need to practice much of a question. You must be just aware of a programming concept and a networking concept.
Right. So not networking concept. Like if you are a network guy like me, like I have mentioned many things about network in my resume. So that's why I got many questions from networks. So if you mention AI, ML, like whatever technology, like if you mention that, they'll ask from that. Nothing about it. Nothing more than that. Yeah.
Okay. And means are there any other more roles in Microsoft or related to cybersecurity?
Pretty much roles. Like talking about my TSE role, so there are many teams and clusters in that. Like if you are interested in cybersecurity, Azure Security is for you, or Azure Active Directory is for you. So if you're interested in coding, there is a separate cluster for developers. And if you're interested in Azure Code and Azure Cloud Computing, there is dedicated Azure networking, Azure cluster. If you're interested in core networking, there are networking related cluster. You can work that. So I'm personally interested in Azure security. So I got my FTE as Azure security engineer. So yeah, so there are many roles like TSE, like there is core security engineer in Azure. So there is a famous certification from Azure called Azure Security Engineer. Like if you do that certification, you might get chance from Microsoft to give an interview. So yeah, there are many security roles in Microsoft.
Yeah, and means what do you think about means are a free certification course worth it, or paid courses are much worth it, or both you can say equally worth it?
No, both are not equally worth it. So if you do certifications from Udemy or Coursera, so it doesn't matter in industry. Like let's say I'm your interviewer, I'm an industry expert. Let's say I'm not an industry expert for now.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely see the vendor name. For example, it's from Udemy. You'll get the recognition of the company. It's free. Like if you take the course, you'll get the certificate.
Yeah.
So industry doesn't need that. Like if you do some certification from Microsoft or EC Council, so like you have to give a physical exam or online exam. After that, like they'll test you on many criteria and many bases. So after that, they'll give a certificate, right? So that certificate matters in industry. Yeah.
They means I have seen many of NRB's batchmate also and students. So they means just focusing on to get more and more certificate.
No, it will never work like that. If you get thousands of Udemy certificates and one good branded certificate like Microsoft or EC Council certificate, like we cannot also equate that 1,000 certificates with one certificate. Like if you show this certificate to people in the industry, definitely they'll recognize your skills. So I'm not saying that Udemy courses are completely I don't. I should not say that.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to learn skills for free, Udemy is the best place, I would say. Like, if you want to showcase your skills through certifications, then Microsoft Easy Council, Google, many brands are there for that.
Yeah, because once I went, means I was just randomly watching means few of my profiles on LinkedIn. Then I just saw one guy. He literally had 100 to 200 certification mentioned in his LinkedIn profile, and he was just often a second year guy.
Cool. Like, if you want to learn something, and
Yeah, means he must be much passionate about learning, so he must have did it.
like, I did one course in Udemy called Hacking Networks with Kali Linux. It's very famous by Janet. I guess his name is Janet. So it was pretty interesting course. Like, you can literally hack the networks in your home network or in your college network, like in VAT AP network. So yeah, I don't suggest him to hack the networks, but yeah, it's a very cool course. Yeah.
Okay, and that's a wrapping up. And what would be your final advice to all our students?
All our students, okay, enjoy your BTech or MTech, whatever you do, but learn the stuff whatever teachers or professors teach you, and don't mug anything. It definitely not gonna help you. And yeah, like, most of the companies wants software engineer. Please focus on coding. If you are a coding person, focus on whatever domain you want. Like, personally, I'm from cybersecurity. I focused on this and I cracked a job offer with cybersecurity job description, right? So never demotivate. Like, if you don't know coding, it's completely all right. There are a lot more opportunities in the world. You'll definitely get into best companies on the planet, and don't worry. So that's it.
Yeah, and from this only I got one question. That means now the generally means everyone means influencing people that you should be doing coding and take as a software developer role. But there are means a lot many type of other than non-coding means job roles are also available, such as a UI design, then a user experience, then a technical writer, and lot more stuff are being there. So you can explore various kind of fields and domains also.
Right.
Okay.
Like, if you're interested in a particular domain, work on that, research on that, and like, you can also start a own company if that domain pays you, domain related work pays you, right? So there are a lot more opportunities. Don't stress out in your placement process. If you get rejections from the company, it's completely all right. I got rejected 9 times by big companies. I don't want to name. Now I'm here in the Microsoft. I got a very good offer from. I should not say the company name. It's known for its search engine. So I got an offer, but after getting into Microsoft and seeing the Microsoft culture, definitely you will not leave the company and go to any other company.
Okay. Yeah, and any of our means have any of a query, please do comment so that we can, if we want to have another part 2 video, then we can schedule and solve all your queries. So please comment down, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
Thanks for inviting me.
You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted. You've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming back for more, even when I've been screwed. Dolls full of pins, pierce my heart straight through. I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test.